Hey there, I'm Jimi Hendrix, and I'm at the Information Center. And generally, when I like to talk about issues, I always pick a particular subject. But today I'm going to talk about a variety of subjects. The first subject is, we just elected a new mayor in my city of Indy, home of the Coast, and Lucas Oil Stadium. We have a beautiful city, but we also have a crime problem. I don't know if our new mayor will keep his current chief of police in place, or will he replace him? The question is, what difference would a new police chief make to my city? I'd like to know that, but I also know that in my city, there are large segments of the population that's not necessarily ignored, but discounted, don't count. The reason why they don't count is because there's no industry, there's no business. As a matter of fact, we had several stores where people go shopping, close their doors. We don't know why that is, but if you want to go to a shopping center to get groceries and you live in Brightwood, you're going to have to go out of the neighborhood. That's a problem for a number of people. More importantly than that, though, is that we have young men in this town. Either they are like pit bulls running loose, or they are like pit bulls who owners did not keep them in their cage. What I mean by that is, just recently, Chief Hyatt of the Indianapolis Police Department and his team arrested 3 young black men who committed a brutal crime. I mean, a nonsense crime. It just doesn't fit on the radar anywhere other than their pit bulls running loose. Where are their parents? What kind of parent? I want to go here with that. If you got school-aged children, they're not in schools, you need to know why. Who can you ask? Your community police officer. Would you please check on my kid? I don't think he's enrolled at whatever high school, but I don't think he's going. Can you check that out for me? The officer who worked that neighborhood should say, I will look into that for you, and do so. But when you don't have that interaction between parents and their children, and their children get thrown away, and their parents get embarrassed, the kids become criminals. And what I mean by criminals, I'm talking about, first, I'm going to steal something from Safeway. I'm going to steal something from CVS. Yeah, man, I can do that. I bet I can do it better than you. Where are the parents? When these young, okay, let's back up a little bit. We have little boys and little girls, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. Their dads are in prison. And their mother don't know how to explain to those children why their daddy is in prison. That's a problem. That's not a crime problem. That's a social and economic and health problem. Because how does the baby mama say, your dad's in prison because he's a fool? Your dad's in prison because he's a dope dealer. He was dealing dope because he could buy his house rent. He bought that car for me. What is going on out there? This is what we need from new leadership in my city. We need a new approach in thinking about underprivileged, undeveloped neighborhoods and crime there. We need to also stop labeling neighborhoods as high crime areas. If you label a neighborhood as high crime area, you got a rookie officer on the scene, and he's got to work your survey. You label it high crime area, he's more prone to be scared. and fearful, and therefore shoot to kill rather than to stop and say, what's going on with you? We need to rethink some things. And I hope our new mayor and Chief Hite, if he stays with us, will kind of reevaluate some things about that. There's nothing wrong with knock and talk. A police officer who works my neighborhood, there's nothing wrong with him stopping and saying, hey, Jimmy, how you doing? There's nothing wrong with that. And that's how it should be done. We don't need show police powers with squad cars and officers with guns. We need somebody to say, how you doing today? I'm Officer so-and-so. And I just want to ask you, I'm in the neighborhood, this is my unit, I work this area most of the time. If you have some concerns, here's my business card, call me and I'll call you back and we'll talk about that. That's what we need in my city. In my information center, I talk about issues that actually deal with real concerns about the population. And that's why I invite you and each one of you, stop by www.Jimmy Information Center. You can check me out and holler at me and we'll talk about it when you want to. Thank you very much and I'll talk to you later.